Your phone buzzes. It's late. That hour when the world goes quiet and your mind becomes a battlefield. You look down, and there it is. Her name. The ex-girlfriend you haven't heard from in months. A message with surgical precision. Hey, how have you been? Maybe a soft emoji. Maybe a period. Maybe nothing at all. And instantly your chest tightens. Your mind floods with old memories. Her laugh, her smell, the way she used to say your name like it meant something. Your entire nervous system lights up like a damn Christmas tree, and for a moment, you swear it's fate. But stop. Don't type. Don't breathe too deeply. Don't let the fantasy get a foothold inside your skull. Because what's happening right now is not romance. It's not destiny. It's not your second chance. It's biology hijacking your mind, a dopamine ambush disguised as nostalgia. And more importantly, her reaching out has nothing to do with love and everything to do with the chaos happening inside her brain. You think she suddenly realized you were the one? You think she sat on her bed, looked at the ceiling, and had a spiritual revelation about losing a good man? You think heartbreak matured her, humbled her, purified her emotions? That's the story men want to believe, not the truth. Let me tell you exactly what's happening inside her head, in real psychological terms, because if you don't understand this, you'll fall for the exact same trap that destroyed you the first time. Here's the forbidden truth. A woman doesn't come back after months of silence because she misses you. She comes back because she misses the way you made her feel. And those are not the same thing. After about 3 to 6 months without you, her brain chemistry goes into withdrawal. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, drops inconsistently. Dopamine, the reward chemical tied to your presence, starts firing in unpredictable waves. Her mind starts stitching together a fake, idealized version of your relationship to soothe the discomfort. It feels exactly like love. It feels like longing. It feels like clarity. But it isn't. It's a biochemical hallucination. She's not remembering the real you, the arguments, the incompatibilities, the moments she chose to walk away. Her brain is remembering a curated highlight reel, edited by loneliness and chemistry. Men fall for this every time. I've seen it in hundreds of clients. The ex-girlfriend reaches out. He panics, gets excited, forgets every ounce of pain she ever caused. They talk. They meet up. They swear things feel different. And for 2 or 3 weeks, it feels like a miracle, like the universe is giving them a do-over. Then, right on schedule, she disconnects again, gets distant, gets cold, gets irritated, and disappears. Because the itch was scratched, the chemical tension dissolved. Her emotional craving was satisfied. And once the high fades, she remembers exactly why she left you in the first place. Here's the truth men don't want to admit. When your ex-girlfriend comes back, you're not her lover. You're her emotional drug dealer. You are dopamine on legs, serotonin with a pulse. A familiar comfort hit she can inject into her nervous system without commitment, accountability, or vulnerability. And the moment she gets the fix, she's gone. But let's dig deeper, because this isn't just about chemicals. It's about control. See, when she was with you, she knew everything. Where you were, what you were doing, who you were speaking to, when you woke up, when you slept. You were predictable, emotionally accessible, romantically available, logistically present. But after the breakup, nothing. Silence, mystery, distance. And that emptiness terrifies certain personality types. She's not actually thinking, I miss him. She's thinking, why isn't he orbiting me anymore? Why isn't he available? Who's giving him attention that used to be mine? Why can't I predict him anymore? Her return isn't love. It's the anxiety created by losing control. She doesn't miss you. She misses the version of herself she could be when you were available. She misses the validation she got from your attention. She misses the emotional safety net. She misses knowing that no matter how far she wandered, she could always come back and you'd be there, loyal, constant, waiting. But you have to understand something critical. Your absence is creating her desire. Your silence is amplifying her craving. Your distance is fueling her nostalgia. This feeling she has isn't proof that she grew, matured, or changed. It's proof that her brain wants to reduce discomfort and regain control. And that's why her message hits you so hard, because your biology reacts too. As a man, your testosterone spikes. Your protective instincts activate. Your old emotional pathways light up. You're not thinking logically. You're thinking emotionally. You're thinking chemically. You're thinking from a place of instinct, not wisdom. But if you answer her now, if you give in to the biochemical rush, you're stepping right back into the same cycle that shattered you. Because the thing that brought her back isn't strong enough to make her stay. And you're about to pay the price, again. Let me show you what this really looks like in the real world. Because theory is clean, but human behavior is messy. I had a client once, let's call him Daniel. He dated a woman for 2 years. Beautiful. Charming. The kind of woman who could turn a room into a cathedral with a single glance. But she had one fatal pattern: emotional volatility. When she was happy, she was intoxicating. When she was insecure, she was cruel. And one day, without warning, she ended things with him because she needed to find herself. Translation: she felt bored, restless, overstimulated by possibilities. He wasn't enough of a thrill anymore. She left, blocked him, told him to move on. He tried to. God knows he tried. Then, 6 months later, right when he finally felt normal again, she texted him, "I miss your energy." Not you. Not your soul. Not your loyalty, your kindness, your presence. Your energy. He thought it meant something deep. I had to explain what it actually meant. Her situationship with another guy collapsed. Her dating life dried up. Her nights got quieter. Her phone stopped lighting up with attention. And suddenly, the man she once discarded didn't look so disposable anymore. It wasn't love. It was emotional scarcity. And when Daniel took her back, 3 weeks of bliss, 3 weeks of passion, 3 weeks of nostalgia. Then she vanished again, blocked him again, ghosted him again. But because she got her hit, the craving died, the illusion popped, the chemicals crashed back to baseline. She remembered why she left, and she left again. Same story, different man. Happens every day. Another client, Miguel. His ex-girlfriend was the anxious type. Constant reassurance, constant validation, constant attention. When he couldn't meet every emotional need she had, she accused him of not caring. Eventually she walked away, convinced she could find someone who understood her better. But months later, when her rebound didn't revolve around her the way Miguel once did, she reached out with the classic opener. "Hey stranger." You can always tell the intent from the opener. Women don't say, "Hey stranger," unless they're checking to see if you're still emotionally available. It's bait. It's a hook with a smile. It's a test disguised as a greeting. She didn't want him back. She wanted the comfort of knowing she could have him back. And when he responded warmly, because men cling to hope like it's oxygen, she lost interest in 2 days. Not because he did anything wrong, but because the moment she regained emotional control, the craving vanished. That's the first type of return. Validation seeking. Shallow, temporary, predictable. But then there's another type, far more dangerous. I once worked with a man whose ex-girlfriend left him for someone else. Not ambiguously. Not emotionally. She literally packed her bags and moved into another man's apartment 2 weeks after their breakup. Brutal. Cold. Almost surgical. He was devastated. Barely slept for months. Therapy. Self-improvement. Trying to survive the humiliation. 8 months later, she reached out. "I've been reflecting. I didn't appreciate the way you loved me. I miss the stability we had. I miss us." He thought it was redemption. He thought his growth pulled her back like gravity. He thought this was the universe giving them a second chance. He didn't know the truth. Her new guy? Married. He never told her. She found out when his wife showed up at her job. The relationship exploded in drama and shame. And suddenly, she needed a soft landing place, a familiar emotional couch. That's why she came back. Not because she realized his value, but because her backup plan failed. This is what most men refuse to see. When an ex-girlfriend returns, she's not choosing you. She's choosing relief. Relief from loneliness, boredom, failure, rejection, uncertainty, stress. Relief from whatever emotional storm she's currently drowning in. You are not the destination. You are the shelter. But there's an even darker layer, one men almost never recognize in time. Some women come back for one reason only: to restore their ego. They need to confirm they can still have you. Not because they want you, because losing control over your attention feels like losing a limb. I had a client whose ex reached out every 4 months like clockwork. Just enough to disrupt his healing. Just enough to remind him she existed. Just enough to keep him emotionally stuck. But never enough to actually commit. He finally stopped responding. For the first time in years. You know what she did? She escalated. Rapidly. Aggressively. 3 messages. 5 messages. 10 messages. Then voice notes. Then calling from blocked numbers. Then showing up at his work. He finally answered. And you know what she did the moment he picked up? Lost interest. Instantly. Like a switch flipped. Because the hunger wasn't for him. It was for the feeling of being able to reach him anytime she wanted. Once the craving was satisfied, she evaporated. And he was left shattered, confused, humiliated. Again, here's the truth. You are not her soulmate. You are her emotional pressure valve. Her safety net. Her comfort toy. Her nostalgia hit. Her familiar drug. These returns feel romantic only to the person being used. And the cycle repeats because men don't understand the psychology, the chemicals, or the patterns. They mistake emotional hunger for love. They mistake loneliness for clarity. They mistake attention for commitment. They mistake her return for growth. But the heart doesn't heal by repeating the same wounds. And your ex didn't come back because she changed. She came back because something in her life got uncomfortable. And you are the easiest source of emotional relief. There's a moment every man faces when his ex-girlfriend comes back. A moment where logic collapses, memory blurs, and biology takes the wheel. A moment where you feel something powerful rising in your chest. A mix of hope, fear, desire, and unfinished business. It feels ancient, instinctual, almost sacred. But that moment is the most dangerous moment of your life. Because this is where men make the mistake that breaks them for years. This is where they leap before looking, respond before thinking, surrender before evaluating. This is where they lose themselves. Let me tell you why that moment is so lethal. Your brain doesn't distinguish between love and familiarity. It only distinguishes between danger and comfort. And she, your ex, she is comfort. No matter how toxic it was. No matter how chaotic it became. No matter how badly she hurt you. Your nervous system remembers her like a drug. The sound of her voice lowers your defenses. The shape of her name on your phone activates old attachments. Her presence, even digital, lights up neural pathways that took years to build. You're not falling in love again. You're falling into memory, into habit, into the emotional architecture she once installed inside you. And she knows it. Maybe not consciously, maybe not maliciously, but she feels the power. Women can sense when a man is still emotionally owned by them. They can sense when their voice still affects you. They can sense when their text can still drag you back into the past. And some of them, especially the chaotic ones, the wounded ones, the insecure ones, feed on that power. So when she reaches out, it provokes a psychological reaction in you that feels like fate but is actually trauma bonding. This is where the cycle begins again. You feel strong. You feel needed. You feel chosen. You feel validated. But beneath all of that, you feel relief. The relief of not being forgotten. The relief of being wanted again. The relief of believing the story isn't over. The relief of not being replaced. Men mistake relief for love. Every time. But listen to me, really listen. If her return feels like oxygen, it's because you never healed the wound she left. You just learned to breathe around it. So when she comes back, the wound opens again. The past leaks into the present. Your emotional clarity evaporates. And you do what every broken man does. You convince yourself this time will be different. You think time matured her. You think heartbreak humbled her. You think loneliness awakened her. You think reflection changed her. But time doesn't change people. Time reveals them. And when exes come back, they don't bring their best selves. They bring their unresolved selves. Their chaotic selves. Their confused selves. Their chemically unstable selves. Let me show you how the psychology actually works. When you don't respond, her anxiety rises. When her anxiety rises, she starts thinking about you more. When she thinks about you more, her brain releases dopamine. When dopamine rises, the thoughts intensify. When the thoughts intensify, the craving grows. When the craving grows, she reaches out again. Not out of love, out of withdrawal. And when you finally respond, the anxiety dissolves. The craving ends. The chemicals stabilize. The emotional itch is scratched. And she feels calm. Centered. But here's the twist. She doesn't associate that calm with you. She associates that calm with herself. She thinks the clarity came from within. From growth. From self-awareness. From maturity. But the moment you talk to her, her brain goes back to baseline. And once baseline returns, she remembers everything. Why she left. Why she felt suffocated. Why she felt misunderstood. Why she blamed you for things she never communicated. Why she wanted something more. Why she sought excitement somewhere else. Why she convinced herself she deserved better. Those reasons didn't vanish. They were just temporarily muted by loneliness and hormones. That's why these reunions always follow the same emotional arc. Intense beginning. Passionate middle. Cold ending. You're not rebuilding anything. You're reenacting a cycle. A cycle she doesn't understand. A cycle you don't recognize. A cycle biology created and psychology maintains. Let me push deeper because this is where most men break. Every time you take an ex back, you lower your self-worth. Not because of her actions, but because of what you're willing to tolerate. You teach your nervous system that abandonment is acceptable. You teach your brain that betrayal is negotiable. You teach your heart that disrespect can be forgiven without accountability. You teach your future self that pain can be justified in the name of nostalgia. You become weaker, less grounded, less confident, less secure, because every reconciliation chips away at your identity. And she feels it. She feels when you're willing to take her back too easily. She feels when your boundaries are soft. She feels when your principles bend at the sight of her name on a screen. And nothing kills attraction faster in a woman than a man who betrays himself. But here's the darkest truth. She will come back as many times as you allow her. Not because she loves you, but because she knows you will always open the door. She doesn't respect the home she left. She just knows she can walk back in any time she feels lonely. And you, if you're not careful, will confuse her return for love instead of convenience. Some women come back when they're bored. Some come back when their life collapses. Some come back when their rebound rejects them. Some come back when they see you moving on. Some come back when they need emotional reassurance. Some come back when they need a temporary escape. Some come back because losing control over you triggers their ego. Some come back simply because their hormonal cycle makes them nostalgic for 48 hours. None of these reasons justify a reunion. None of these reasons create a future. None of these reasons lead anywhere but back into the same pain you already survived. You didn't heal to repeat the wound. You didn't grow to return to the place that stunted you. You didn't rebuild yourself to crumble at the sound of her voice. You must understand, her return is not a sign from the universe. It's a test of your strength, a test of your stability, a test of whether you learned anything from the breakup. Because the universe doesn't give you second chances. It gives you second tests. There's a certain stillness a man reaches after surviving the kind of heartbreak that breaks his bones from the inside. A quiet, heavy clarity. A moment where you stop talking, stop hoping, stop imagining, and finally start seeing. When your ex-girlfriend comes back, that clarity is what you must hold on to. Not the memories, not the nostalgia, not the fantasy of what could have been, but the truth, raw, unforgiving, and necessary. Because the truth is this: a return is not a resurrection. It's a ripple from the past. A ghost knocking on a door that no longer belongs to you. Most men mistake the knock for destiny. But destiny doesn't arrive in the form of someone who abandoned you. Destiny doesn't break you to come back later out of boredom. Destiny doesn't walk away when things get difficult, only to return when life becomes inconvenient. No, destiny moves forward. It doesn't circle back. But let's step into a deeper layer of psychology, something most people never understand. If a woman truly transformed, you would feel it in the first sentence she sends. And if she hasn't, you will feel that too. Transformation has a weight, a presence, a sincerity you can sense in your bones. It carries accountability, humility, responsibility. But most returns don't come from accountability, they come from discomfort. Most returns don't come from maturity, they come from emotional drought. Most returns don't come from love, they come from the fear of being alone. And here's where men fail themselves. They confuse her wanting relief with her wanting them. Relief is temporary. You are not. But let me tell you something few will ever say out loud. If she truly valued you, she would have protected the relationship when she had it, not after she lost it. People who understand the worth of something don't throw it away hoping it will still be there later. That's not love, that's entitlement. That's not awareness, that's immaturity. That's not connection, that's emotional gambling with someone else's heart. And you were the casualty of that gamble. But you survived it. You survived the sleepless nights. You survived the silence. You survived the humiliation of wondering why you weren't enough. You survived the gut punch of seeing her move on faster than she claimed to love you. You rebuilt yourself, piece by piece, slowly, painfully, quietly, and now she's back. Not because she sees your worth, but because she feels her own emptiness. This is where the philosophical truth hits. Her return is not an invitation. It is a temptation. And every temptation is a test of discipline disguised as desire. She's not offering you the future. She's offering you the past with new packaging. She's not offering you growth. She's offering you repetition. She's not offering you certainty. She's offering you distraction. And if you accept the distraction, you abandon your evolution. Listen carefully. Some doors are meant to stay closed. And some people are meant to stay behind them. You don't grow by reopening wounds. You don't evolve by recycling lessons. You don't heal by returning to the place that broke you. Let me ask you something brutal but necessary. If you met her today, not the memory of her, but the real her, would you choose her? Would you build a life with her? Would you hand her your heart knowing everything she's already done with it? Not the old her. Not the idealized her. Not the fantasy version your loneliness created. Her, as she truly is. If the answer is anything other than a confident yes, then her return is not a blessing. It's a distraction, a detour, a regression. And if you take her back, you're not choosing love. You're choosing the comfort of familiarity over the possibility of something better. Now let's talk about self-respect, because this is where the spiritual layer comes in. Self-respect is not loud. It's not emotional. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, silent, steady. Self-respect is the voice in your stomach that says, I will not go back to someone who treated me as optional. I will not negotiate my dignity for companionship. I will not allow history to become my prison. I will not let loneliness speak louder than reason. I will not answer a message that disregards the cost of my healing. And when you honor that voice, when you protect your future self from your current emotions, you unlock something rare. You finally become the man the breakup was trying to build. Because every heartbreak is an invitation to evolve. To become sharper, stronger, clearer. To rise above the boy who needed validation. To step into the man who chooses peace over chaos. Who chooses standards over nostalgia. Who chooses boundaries over desperation. Who chooses his future over her past. You are not the man you were when she left. Don't shrink back into him just because she returned. And the final truth, the one men avoid because it hurts the most, is this. She didn't come back because you were unforgettable. She came back because she thought you'd still be waiting. Prove her wrong. Let her learn what loss feels like. Let her feel what you felt. Let her understand that leaving you had consequences. Not for revenge, but for balance. Because sometimes the most powerful thing a man can say is nothing. Silence is not petty. Silence is not bitter. Silence is strength. Silence is closure. Silence is reclaiming the power you once gave away for free. And when you stay silent, when you do not let her re-enter the house she burned, you finally step into the truth. She was never the destination. She was the detour. You are meant for more than the woman who left you. You are meant for the woman who never would.